I'm just here at my nursery, you guys, and it's not a great nursery, okay? I admit it. I've been defeated this year. I thought it was going to be a great year. I thought I was going to have some planting beds where I could plant things and keep the weeds down and keep the deer out and all that fun stuff. And I actually haven't been able to do any of that. But I was able to at least pot some of these things up a size or two. And we are getting a little bit of fruit. This one's in bad shape. Look at how leaned over it is. It's sitting in a bucket with a tiny bit of water in the bottom. The bucket has holes in it, so only a little bit of water stays in it, which is actually good because I don't want it to get waterlogged and then get root rot. That would be real sad. It would be rut row if I got root rot. Hey, someone just popped in here. My cilantro, of course, it always bolts before any of my tomatoes are ripe or any of my onions or anything. And it bolted right away. Now it's all gone to seed, which just means I can plant it again. Although I don't have any tomatoes, my tomatoes have been the most unsuccessful tomatoes of my entire life. And I've been gardening since I was a child. So this has been the worst year for tomatoes ever. Look at this poor plant. This is my tomato plant. Hey, Bryson, hello. Look at this poor plant. It doesn't like the heat. So I think next year what I'm going to do is I'm going to find tomato plants that can tolerate the heat and humidity in Northeast Tennessee because they're doing horribly, absolutely horribly. Hey, thank you for the like, whoever did that. Hey, got 15 people in here. That's cool. We're just going to go through my failed nursery right now. And I've had some successes. Okay, we've got this tomato plant, which is pathetic and horrible. It hates the heat and it doesn't do well. So I need to find a variety that grows in the heat. That'll be nice. We've got some pine trees that my husband transplanted when they were about yay big because he had to do some tractor work. And here are a couple of cedars. They're doing well. So those are successes, but those aren't mine. Those are my husband's. Here's another success. Okay, I'm going to take full credit for this. This is a silver maple, and one of our neighbors by the house has a huge silver maple tree, and it throws its little baby seed pods out all over the place every year. And they were in my driveway. They were up on my roof, coming down the downspouts. They were everywhere. So I planted a bunch of them. Okay, I think I planted 11, 12, and 11 grew. So I'm really excited about that. And of course, more pine trees here, more of the silver maples. Let's see, this is some kind of a pepper plant. I'm allergic to peppers. It also doesn't seem to like the heat. Look at that curled up leaf. I don't know what it is though. It's stuck in here with this sweet potato that I thought was a regular sweet potato till I got it home. It's an ornamental sweet potato. Thank you to the 3 of you who gave me a thumbs up. I appreciate that. And then I think the Arbor Day Foundation sends us trees every year. My husband sends them a donation. This is a crepe myrtle. It's actually the most successful transplant or seedling or sapling. Oh my gosh, my words. Sapling that I've ever planted, and it's doing really well, sharing a space with a tomato volunteer. Okay, so we got this sweet potato that's ornamental only. Then in here we have another. Look at the difference. Oh, I think these are the same tree. No, this is something else. It's doing horribly. Look at that. Ugh, feel bad for it. Oh, my dog's freaking out. My husband just got here. Then I have this. These guys grow like weeds all over the place, but the Arbor Day Foundation sent us this. I can't think of what it's called. Come on, people, help me out here. Is it a red bud? I think it's a red bud. Yeah, anyway, got that. Those things grow like crazy. Lots of tomatoes. Another crepe myrtle that's doing quite well. No, that's not a crepe myrtle. This is a crepe myrtle. Got a couple of elderberries that were dying till they came down here. Now they're doing better. Poblano peppers. Again, I can't eat them. I'm allergic to peppers. Got some lemongrass. One's doing really well. One is doing really poorly. Hey, Dale. Yeah, they're poblano, I think, or poblamo. I don't remember. Let me see. Is there a tag? Here's a tag. Maybe this is it. Pepper. Scoville heat. That's not it. These are some other type. These might be jalapenos right here. Those are probably jalapenos. There's another poblano or poblano. I got to figure out how to say it. Okay, so we got more peppers here. Here's some little tiny guys. They need to be in the ground. They really do. They need to spread their roots out, but they're just in containers because I just haven't been in the right frame of mind to plant them. Here's my cilantro. It all went to seed. I'll be planting these for a second harvest. But I don't have any tomatoes, so I can't make salsa, which kind of bums me out. I do love cilantro. Let me know if you like cilantro. Hey, Nicholas. Hi, Eli. Reefer? No, I don't have any reefer here. If I were going to grow it, you know, the seeds are really expensive. I looked into that recently, and it's to grow CBD hemp plants is like, I think the cheapest are $35 for 5 seeds. So I don't have any growing right now. Hello, Zahid. Hey, Howard and family. So that's my garden that's really not doing well at all. All of the strawberry plants are supposed to be in the ground right now, spreading out and stabilizing a cut next to the road, and they're not. Bombastic side-eye, you get that? Yeah, part of my problem is I have a bunch of plants at the house. I'm gonna walk over here to this place over here. I have a bunch of plants at the house that were squash plants. They are Zucchino rampicantes. And you can go back through my videos, my short videos, and see the Zucchino rampicante from the time they were just little seeds all the way up until today, where I have these huge, almost 2-foot long squash on the plants. But the reason I planted so many, I really only needed maybe 4 or 5 plants, is because I opened up one of those winter squash to cook for dinner, and all the seeds had sprouted roots. And so I had a couple hundred roots, and I could just throw them away because planting is in my blood. So my husband wants to plant here somewhere. This is runoff, so I can't plant here. He wants me to plant a couple of the squash down here. The problem is I'm digging in shale. This is 100% shale. It's really not conducive to digging holes. So in order to plant, I would have to build mounds. And to build mounds, I have to haul manure. To haul manure, I have to get buckets. Oh, Guy, it's just such a thing. It's just a thing. But I do have a couple of plants where I put some seeds in the ground and they actually grew. It's not good as far as placement. This is the forest. Look all around. Here's one of the Zucchino rampicante plants. It took root, which I was happy about, but I don't know that it will ever do anything. Thank you to the 5 of you who gave me a thumbs up. I appreciate that. I'm going to walk down the driveway a little ways. We have a driveway that's 1/3 of a mile long. This is an abandoned car we bought at auction and never could get it running. Unfortunately, now it's probably just going to end up being a big doghouse at some point. That's kind of a joke and kind of not. Okay, so actually there's another plant that I didn't know took root. Okay, here's another zucchino plant doing really well. It's got a lot of competition, but check that out. It looks like it might actually be thinking about flowering at some point. Those are at least male flowers. I don't know if oh, there's some male flowers right there. Check that out. You can tell they're male flowers because they're on a long stem. The female flowers are, there's none here. Maybe I'll find some on the next plant. The female flowers are actually growing on a little tiny fruit. And if they don't get fertilized, the fruit shrivels up and dies. First it turns yellow, then it shrivels up and dies. If they do get pollinated, fertilized, then they grow and grow and grow and grow, and they don't stop growing. Here's another one. See, I had all those seeds with roots sticking out of them, and I can't just throw them away. I'm absolutely terrible at throwing away life. It really hurts me. So here's one that's doing very well, considering I've never watered it except one time. After it sprouted, I brought down some goat manure and some water, and that was it. That was a couple of months ago. This is doing really well. Again, with the male flowers. There's 1 male flower, 2 male flowers, 4, 5. I don't see a single female flower. And one other thing that this is doing is it's setting roots all along. Like this right here has a root going down into the ground. Oops, sorry about that. Got behind a leaf. There's a root in the ground there. No root here, but there's a big root right there. You can see it. See that white thing down? Ooh, gosh, sorry. Right there, that's a root going into the ground. So this plant is a survivor. Hey guys, I'm sorry, I'm really not paying attention to the chat much. Mandingo, what is mandingo? If it's not foul, you can tell me. Lots of male flowers, not a single female flower on here. But hopefully as it goes out toward the driveway, it'll get some sunlight and maybe it'll be encouraged to put out a female fruit. Oh, there's another root right here trying to grow down into the ground. That's so cool. I love these plants. I just discovered them 2 years ago. And last year, oh, there's another one. Oh, so many more took root than I thought. I just discovered them 2 years ago. I bought them at Baker Creek. Baker Creek is an online seed seller. They sell heirloom seeds. And this is an Italian heirloom called Zucchino, not zucchini, rampicante. Okay, I don't see any flowers at all, but that's so awesome. It probably won't do anything because check it out. It's under trees. Like we are in shade, so much shade. So I don't think these are going to get fruit. Oh my gosh, there's another one. You guys, this is exciting. Watch me end up with poison ivy on my feet and ankles. This is exciting for me. You guys got to be here with me. That's so cool. No flowers. It's reaching up, trying to go towards sunlight. Oh, there's another one. Dang. Well, at least I have plants. I may not have any fruit. I do have plants. Right before they freeze in winter, I'll probably cut the plants and take them up to the goats and feed them to the goats. That was what I planned to do with all of my extra squash and plants anyway, was feed them to the goats. Because I had this windfall of seeds. I know I planted down here and I'm so excited that all those other ones are growing. I'm thinking there might be more growing. Thanks for hanging out with me, you guys. There are 13 people in here. I appreciate it. I'm just trying not to trip and fall, so I'm not paying much attention to the chat at all. There were some seeds planted over here. I don't see any. I don't see anything. Okay, well, I guess that's it. But dang, they're doing so well. I guess I could plant some of those other ones here. Like I said, I'd have to haul manure, and that is not easy to do. I do have a small wheelbarrow. I could probably do one load at a time, but that's hard work. And if you know me, you know I'm still recovering from a surgery I had a little more than a year ago. So physical labor is not my thing. I'm a woman of leisure now. I enjoy thinking about stuff, but I don't actually enjoy doing stuff. I can't. My husband's wondering where I am. I disappeared on my little plant hunt. So excited I found all those. Hey, 24 people in here. I'm going to stop and look at the chat for just a second. Okay, coffee grinds work, packed with nitrogen. Yeah, you know what? I drink decaffeinated coffee crystals. So I don't even drink the right stuff to help them. And my husband uses 1, maybe 2 coffee pods a day, which is like a teaspoon or 2 of coffee grounds. We don't brew coffee anymore like we used to. We used to brew a pot and I would drink a whole pot of decaf every day. But then I figured out coffee crystals are easier. So I drink Folgers. Gosh, I'm excited about that, you guys. Here's my big dog house again. Whew-wee. All right, you guys, thank you so much for being here. Appreciate the 10 of you that gave a thumbs up. Good morning, Kamal. Hey, Steve. Talk a lot, accomplishing nothing. Hey, I just found like 5 or 6 squash plants. I accomplished a heck of a lot. That was exciting. I guess I could plant over here too, but I just don't like the idea of digging. No, thanks. Yeah, I guess no, because that's drainage. Can't plant there. We had a gnarly storm yesterday. We had a funnel cloud real close to the ranch yesterday. Blew a tree apart across the road from us. And some friends down a little bit further think they had a tornado touchdown. It was that windy. Pretty sure it was just the funnel cloud, but scary, I guess. I didn't see any of it. I see the debris on the road from a lot of wind. Different places have more. Driving over here yesterday, there was a lot of debris on the county and city roads. It was pretty wild. Okay. Chic. It's funny you would say that about this looking like a horror movie. I spoke to, actually, I worked on a project with a movie producer. Gosh, what was it? Probably a year and a half ago. And he wanted to film a horror movie in our forest. But I've lost contact with him. And he obviously lost contact with me, or he found someone with a forest that was better. But this place is perfect for a horror movie. Just a second. What's that? He said, okay. When I said, what's that? Anyway, yeah, great for horror movies for sure. And the fireflies are out. You guys can't see it. I see one blinking down in the forest. If it blinks again, I'll try to zero in on it. Nah, it flew off somewhere else. Love it here. So peaceful when the wind isn't blowing and trees aren't falling down all over the place. Hurricane Helene knocked down 3 trees on the road. There's one down there. I don't know how my husband managed to push it over. He must have got the tractor and something, because it was leaning this way. And then there's another tree here that came down, and there's one a little bit further down that also came down. That was gnarly. We didn't get a lot of damage from Hurricane Helene. Not nearly what they got about 30 miles south of here is where a bunch of people died. Not happy at all. It was horrible. Let's see. A tree just snapped during the high winds a couple days ago during that funnel cloud situation. Some of these plants are still lying over from the beating they took. I thought they might straighten up, but they didn't. The pokeweed took it hard. It's so beautiful here, though. But does it remind you of the horror movie Wrong Way or something like that? What was that movie? Probably 15, almost 20 years ago. There was a movie where these people went down a dirt road, and it ended up being really bad. Well, apparently my teenage daughters had seen that movie, and when they came to the ranch with a bunch of their friends, they didn't get there till after dark, and their friends were freaking out because it's just a 1-lane road going in, and it was all forest all around, and they were absolutely 100% freaking out, thinking they were all going to die, even though they had known me since they were children. Goofy kids. Christopher, where are you that you guys had that kind of wind? And was this during Helene? I'm seeing little tiny lights. I don't think you guys are going to see them. It's not quite dark enough yet. It's a lot darker in real life than it is on my phone. Augusta, Georgia? Oh my gosh, you guys got hit, didn't you? Yeah, I'm up in Tri-Cities, Northeast Tennessee. And Unicoi is just down the road from us, where all those workers, 5 or 6 workers drowned from the parking lot. And driving through there, God, because we have to go that way to get down south. The highway between us and North Carolina was closed for a long time, so we had to go down there. It's horrible. It's still in bad shape. I don't know how you guys are doing there, but it's still in bad shape. I'm just reading a comment here. Michal, to practice the language for an hour a day. Watch soap operas. Watch American soap operas. I mean, it'll obviously, or just American TV. Find a TV show and watch it. That's what I do. And I was watching French television. I started picking up words and phrases in French, of course, as soon as I stopped watching that French TV show. I lost it all. Find a show with subtitles so you can hear it in English but read it in your language. And then you'll start picking stuff up. Otherwise, there's programs you can buy. I can't think of them, but Babbel, I think, is one. You should be able to pick up Babbel online. Don't know how much it costs. Duolingo is free. I'm just picking up hickory nuts from the shagbark hickory tree. And they may not be ripe yet. They came out of the tree because of the wind. But I picked one up yesterday, and I meant to pick them up on my way out. And I forgot, or I was too lazy. Probably too lazy. So I've got some hickory nuts I can take home and break them open and enjoy a nice little snack. Yeah, Christopher, I imagine we don't have like hurricane insurance, but we didn't get hit. And we had 3 trees come down on the driveway. So I had to walk over to feed the animals that night instead of driving over. No big deal. We spent the next day cutting the trees up, and we will put them on the sawmill and mill them down probably next spring or summer. So, we did lose some trees. We lost a shagbark hickory, and it's down in a holler on the other side of this hill here. And we ended up putting about 450 shiitake mushroom spawned plugs in that tree. We cut it up into pieces and filled the logs with spawn. So hopefully next year we'll have shiitake mushroom insanity. I'll have to get my dehydrators out and work like crazy. But, we try to make good out of the bad. There's a log over there. That's one of the trees. It's one of the oak trees that fell down on the road. The canopy of the tree covered the tractor, and it came within a couple of feet of the shop, but it didn't do any damage. I think it scratched the tractor a little bit. No big deal. And here's one of the tree trunks from that, and my dog's barking at me. And here are some more. These are from the trees that came down during Hurricane Helene, just on the driveway. We lost a lot of other trees in the forest, but they don't matter because they're not on the driveway. And the shagbark hickory that came down, like I said, we just used it. We do have a big piece of trunk from that one that we'll be putting in the sawmill. So we'll have some hickory boards. Okay, guys, I've been on for 23 minutes. Thank you. There's 16 of you in here. Thank you so much for hanging out. Thank you, Michelle. Yeah, if there's bugs in it or something, I won't. Plus, I don't want to get any mildew. Thank you for the advice. They're definitely scratched up from hitting the ground. It's a pretty sharp gravel driveway. See, the shop up there, one of the trees came down way over there, well over 100 feet tall, and ended up way up there where that white truck is. And the tractor was parked pretty close to where the truck is now. Knocked over one of our pear trees, which I was able to find and prop up again, so it didn't break it, didn't kill it. It was just, we barely suffered from Helene. We got a bunch of firewood and a bunch of mushroom wood and some wood to mill. So we didn't suffer any damages from it. But we felt so blessed because so many people around us got hit. Our town just didn't flood. We got a lot of wind. We didn't get a lot of water. Hey, Shatika Woods, hello. Thanks, you guys, for hanging out. Go ahead and hit the subscribe. I don't do this a whole lot. with the lives just because I lose my high-speed internet and then everything gets weird. Gets really, you know, pixelated and slow and all that. But I do it every now and then. I do post a lot of videos throughout the day, generally in the late at night Eastern time, United States, just because that's when I have the most hits for some reason. But you can go to my channel, take a look, hit the bell if you want notifications, and like whatever videos you like. I've got a few playlists you can see. I think I have a playlist of me planting the silver maple seeds. I was really excited about it. Kind of weird, but I was really excited about it. So check it out. I have a playlist with about a 5.5-foot black snake in my coop that was trying to eat a duck egg. And you can click on that and watch all those videos if you don't get too freaked out by snakes. Otherwise, you know what? Have a great night. Be blessed. And maybe I'll see you guys in the next live. Hey, Mike, I'm just headed out. But go ahead and you can go back and watch the video once it posts. Hey, Kemper Carlson. Yeah, it's beautiful here. It's so peaceful. It's better over there. There's a holler right there. There's a creek in it. It's got a spring. And we're going to put a little shooting range down there and maybe some platforms for tents. We haven't really decided yet, but there are a lot of mosquitoes down there, so we've got to figure out how to work down there and not get eaten alive. But yes, it's very peaceful. We have 65 acres here, so a lot of peaceful places. We're right next to a very busy road and a train track, which is kind of loud at times, but down in that little holler there, you can't hear much. It's real peaceful. You guys have a great night. I will see you all hopefully in my comments again, okay? Hey, German. Good night, all.